Okay, so I guess we'll figure out what we're doing this time. I don't think I'm gonna have a race this time. That it had sort of mixed results when we tried it last time. Somebody's asking me questions already. Well, let's figure out what we're doing in the game first. Okay, wow. Okay, it looks like Hassan's the place to be because look at those numbers. We have like half Terran Republic, so. Okay, I guess we're going to Hassan, Swamp Planet. Yeah, well, we can consider the race later. It felt like kind of a mess the way, or it there are pockets where the race sort of worked. Okay, I've literally not played since the last play session. It was mostly, I finally had some free time this week, but prior to that, it was just the videos. So let's see. I was thinking this time. Well, we'll see how many people show up. And hey, if you can't get into Hassan, let me know in the chat. I'm curious, like, how many people are being blocked. But, okay, right now we're just the Hassan Warp Gate. Maybe wait for a few people to sort of join in. Okay, we have one guy with me, and then one guy's waiting for the game to patch. If it's just two of us, or three of us, that might impact how how this stream goes. That's definitely going to impact the choice of game if only 5 people are showing up. But there's definitely other games we might try out then. Because we could do some more interesting things then. All right, Mike 8472. Well, let's take a look at the map then. Austin's looking good. Let's see. Cairn Station. Yeah, that looks like a good place to maybe start off. Let's see. Although I've heard it's a bad idea to attack the Vanu at night because they blend in better. So maybe we should. We're not taking that tech plant. I mean, we tried that with a full crew, but. Okay, maybe we should do the Kessel's Crossing then. Okay, let's go to. Let's everybody try to redeploy to Kessel's Crossing. You can type that in the chat if you want to help coordinate things. Yeah, my issue with Planetside like, I mean, even though it's a multiplayer game, it's like a perfect example of a game where like the right mods could just turn it upside down into like or be a complete addict. It's because some games, you know, they're just sort of broken or you don't like. Planetside is like, I always feel like it's so close to what I'm looking for, but then it does a few things that make me not as big of a fan of it. Because, I mean, basically, my ideal scenario would be, like, regardless of how many people, both sides have a chance to, like, conquer a continent, you know? Okay, I'm redeploying. We're going to... I'm on Hassan. We're going to Kessel's something. I keep wanting to say the Kessel Run, but that's Star Wars. We're going to... Kessel's Crossing, yeah. Just sort of redeploy till you get there. Yeah, somebody's asking what we're doing this time around. I don't have as much of a plan this time. I thought what we might do is like really try to hammer a place. Like maybe what I'm thinking for those of you who have some more experience, maybe have like a split between engineers and max units and just really try to pound a place, see if we can hold on to it. See, the thing I never liked about Planetside, you know, as soon as you take one base, you've lost one or two bases on the other side of the map. So it's just always in a continuum, which is enough for most people, but I don't know. I like to have more of a sense of victory. So, or defeat for that matter, you know? I'd have an idea for maybe the next session. but I didn't have time to prepare for it. Okay, Kessel's Crossing. Finally, I'm just gonna kind of hold this place in case anybody shows up for a while. Well, what I was thinking for next session is, you know, the first time we did this, technically we lost because that one group. Let's see how many people. Okay, no enemies in the area. Okay, we're gonna go to Kessel's Cross. Here, I'll spawn in a... Oh, there's already a Sunderer. No, wait. It's not. Okay. Or is it? I can't tell with these icons. What I was saying is, like, the first time we technically lost because that one group managed to set up a mobile spawner. And, you know, with the new system... I mean, not mobile spawner, mobile base. And had... created enough victory points that technically they won. It's just that there was so flooded with people, the map instantly reset. I was thinking, hey, that might be kind of... I have to know more of what I'm doing because I haven't had a chance to really look into the details of like everything that's involved with setting up a mobile base. But it seems like maybe we should try to do that because, you know, again, you run into that situation where nobody really wins, but if you're just out there in a field somewhere building up the victory points, then we can maybe have something almost like an Alamo situation, you know, where everybody's coming to get us, but we're having like a last stand, and that could be pretty cool. So that might... I'm not sure if we can generate enough points on our own to have a victory condition, but that sounds like something that could be pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna slowly head in my Sunderer here and towards Czech Fusion Lab, see if we can take that over. These headlights are worthless. Okay, so I say it takes money and parts to buy a proper base. Well, hey, if anybody watching wants to try to make that happen... Okay, somebody's saying you're gonna need a lot of friendly bodies, so maybe we don't have the numbers right now. I should set up a poll on the site, see how many people like will actually show up for a game, because if it's just a few dozen, we could.
We've liberated the facility.
Oh, somebody already got Czech Fusion Lab. Okay. If it's just a few dozen, you know, there's other games we could try out that might be a little more. Might be a little more coordinated with this, because again, the thing I really want in a multiplayer game is something where everybody can join in. You know, we have the majority players at Czech Tech Plant. Here, why not? Let's be stupid and try to take over the Czech Tech Plant. Okay? So that's the plan. We're gonna be stupid and do what we tried the first game. I think it might have been this very plant that we tried to take over the first time. Okay, I think this is close enough. We can't back up. Yeah, wow, we might actually be able to get this. Although it was looking like this last time, and then the cavalry showed up, and that was the end of that.
Critical.
And I'm playing this windowed so I can see the Twitch chat, and at night, so I'm at a pretty bad disadvantage right here. Oh, I think we need to take out some shield generators from the looks of things. Oh, speaking of games where a lot of people can join, I don't think this would necessarily be the best pick for a meetup because, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't had... Okay, hold on. Good shot. But I'm gonna repeat all this on the video chat, and I think it's October 1st or something like that, first Saturday. But now I'm disoriented. But the crew is free currently from now for about a month. So yeah, I'm distracted. That's not fun. But I encourage anyone who's interested to try that out. Wow, didn't go well. Yeah, that's I'm far too disoriented to know what's going on because it's at night. I don't know the exact procedure to take down the tech plant. Maybe I should just go stealth and shoot random people. But yeah, the crew, I thought, I mean, it's a game I'm very interested in. I actually have a copy. I was a sucker and bought it for $10 before it went free. It's only going to be free for a month, though. If you get it now, you get to keep it. So it's not like you get to try it for 1 month. It's free for one. But I encourage everybody to download it just because I'm hoping that's a game. Look, if this was EA, I would say that game has 4 years or less to live. Like, I would just call it right now. With Ubisoft, I'm less familiar with how long they tend to let games live before they die. But that's a game that requires a central server. You can race across a miniaturized version of the continental US. Okay. Yeah, we need to hit the shield generators wherever the hell they are. Let's see, what are the numbers looking like now? Yeah, see, now the numbers are looking even. There's no way we're taking the Czech tech plant. Okay, so we need to figure out someplace better. Okay, let's try to, I guess, go around then. Okay, so now we're going to, let's see if we can cut them off then. Let's go to Vex Biologics. That's where I'm headed. Here, I'll type that in the chat. Okay. But, oh yeah, okay, I lost my train of thought here. But yeah, I was thinking if everybody joined in the crew, that has a couple barriers because I've only played it a little bit. I've been basically waiting to upgrade before I play that one because I had trouble running it at 60 frames a second. So it's, you know, well, not like I'm running this at 60 frames a second, but, you know, for a racing game, you kind of want that extra fluid control or speed. But so that's one barrier, is it's more demanding on the hardware. The second barrier is it sort of dumps you into the single player mode right away, saying, hey, go here, and there's some chat. So if somebody was just joining, it might be kind of a hassle for them. The third is, say we got everybody together, I'm not sure what we would do aside from just drive around, which, I mean, I like doing that and exploring different areas just sort of on my own, but as a group thing, I'm not sure how much fun it would be. I mean, maybe somebody who's played it has ideas where it's something that's better suited for it. I mean, yeah, we could have races, but it's, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a great large person game. The game I really need to check out is, which I still haven't had a chance to look at, is Realm of the Mad God, because apparently that might fit every criteria I'm looking for.
Take some ammunition.
But, so yeah, unless we can figure out something really cool, it's hard to say how long I'll continue doing Planetside 2. However, I will not discontinue Planetside 2 unless I have a plan for what's after that. So basically, next game is guaranteed, you know, which will be middle of the month, next month. So if I have a better plan by then I'll announce it in the game, and then we'll kind of transition to something else. But for now, this is a game a lot of people can join. So Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Somebody's asking if they should set up a squad. Don't worry about it. I still want the general attitude to be just anybody can join. Okay, so we're defending this right now. How many people do we have here? Okay, we have according to this, we have about 14% are the enemy in the area, and that's probably that flyer flying around there. Okay, so yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna try and find a Sunderer, and then we'll head over to the east here for construction site Gamma.
I'm an engineer. I'll repair you.
If you wanna hit it before me, then go for it, or take a Sunderer yourself. And I need to find where the damn Sunderers are. Okay, that's flight. These icons are so tiny on my screen. Okay, that's the ammo dispenser for. Is that it? I guess that's it. I think it's. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I want to go northwest. I want to go northwest. If you want to go up ahead, go to the east. Ah, we have an enemy. And I forgot my button for spotting. Should have. Okay, I want to blow this guy up unless he starts running away. Looks like you might have had an interesting name. I thought I caught the one-handed, so it might be like Brad the one-handed. Or I seriously forgot my key for spotting. I think it was Q. Okay, somebody's asking if there's ever a chance I'll play on Miller. Well, the thing about Emerald is that I'm in Europe right now. So, I mean, you probably can't make it out, but in the upper left corner it says connection quality poor. But most of the fan base is in America. So I figure East Coast is sort of the halfway point between everything. So the farther I get, the less people will be able to join in, or else the worse my ping gets. To the point where it's not even feasible. And I'm just wandering around like an idiot looking for the vehicle spawn. I think this is it. Yes, it is it. Okay. You know, Planetside, when I was doing the VR episodes, I tested it with Vorpex and the DK2. It does work. Best I can tell, they won't kick you for hacking if you're using virtual reality. Even though I think VR would be a massive disadvantage for a game like Planetside, I actually kind of want to go around in it sometime and just explore all the different areas in it. You can do it and not get sick if you do it in sort of the theater mode that I talked about in the video. But basically, you have to sort of shrink the window size until it kind of, you're not getting nauseous. But again, it would be absolutely terrible to try to play this competitively with VR. Now, it looks like I can just go around there, but I don't know if I can. Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, you can see in a game like this, I'm having a lot of... Planetside is still pretty complex. I'm having a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, where should we going next? Or what should we be doing now? And then me trying to get to the base, everything. It was a different... Some games, we wouldn't have that problem at all. You know, you can just jump right in. So... Okay, construction site Gamma. Yep. Headed the right direction. Okay, somebody's telling me to be careful. Well, the thing is, if they know about this stream, they already know where I am, and I'm already doomed. So, if they don't, then I can maybe still be okay. This looks like as good a spot as any. Let's see, how far away are we? Oh, I could get a little closer. Yeah, it's about this. No, this will work. Come on, deploy. Yeah, somebody's asking if I can deploy for a bit. I'm staying deployed till it gets blown up, or until it gets blown up, or we lose the ability to try and capture this place. So, you know, if we have to retreat, well, let's try and hold it though. That'd be great if we could cut off the tech plant. Probably not with the numbers we have, but. But yeah, for those that are interested at all or want a hacking challenge, download the crew. See, I'm thinking, because I'm certain Ubisoft's going to kill that game in a couple of years. It hasn't done that well financially. It tends to be more of a niche enthusiast kind of game to some extent. Like, I mean, there are people now who still play, jeez, I'm just, okay, where am I going? There's still people now who play Test Drive Unlimited, which is just a massive open. Geez, okay, I'm on the complete opposite end of where I should be. Which is just a massive open-ended driving game. And I think that's the itch that the crew is going to scratch the most, even though I heard they're. And then on other fronts, it doesn't do as well. But the point is, at some point, Ubisoft's. Unless they state otherwise, which would amaze me, they're going to pull the plug on that game and it's going to be dead and nobody's going to be able to see that world that they rendered out. So, while creating a server emulator is a hell of a lot of work, maybe it's a little more possible to just create the ability to drive around in the game map, some sort of emulator that could do that without restoring the rest of the functionality. Because for a game like that, that's half the content right there, you know. Or I would argue, but so I'm going to announce this again in the next video chat, but I'm basically going to try and get everyone that hacked their game or to get Ubisoft to come out with an end-of-life policy, which, you know, I think hell will freeze over before a major company does that, but okay, this room is being guarded. Okay, we got the capture point. We just gotta defend this place, guys.
Stay alert.
If one person wants to go medic, might not be the worst idea. We have a couple people down. Or we have a heavy here. One of these here.
Enemy heavy. Reloading. Frag out.
The cavalry has arrived. Hold up, let me fix that.
Let me heal you.
See how many people we have in the area. Oh, we're outnumbering them nicely. That's good. Let's hope it stays that way.
Stay alert. Enemy heavy nearby. Visual on
Oh, yeah, somebody was asking about Clive Barker's Undying in the beginning of the chat. Yeah, I'll cover it eventually. I don't know if I want to do it this year or not. I'll see. There's another game which I've been meaning to play forever that would be great for like a Halloween episode this year. That it just all comes down to time. I'll see how much time I have, but might cover that. Also, if I'm covering another EA game, I gotta give an update on the letters and how that's going, which I'm also behind on. So that might put off Undying, just the Clive Barker's Undying, just the fact that it's an EA game. So, any topics people want to hear about while we're waiting, while we're defending here in the chat?
I'll get you fixed up.
This is pretty quiet overall.
I've got ammo for you here.
I'll wait for Twitch to catch up. Let's see. I finally had some free time since the last videos.
Enemy heavy nearby. Tossing a
I
frag.
played the game Kingdom New Lands, which is an update to the game Kingdom, which is fantastic pixel art, sort of a one-dimensional strategy game, but it's good and addictive. And I've been playing the new Metroid 2 remake, which Nintendo took down like I predicted, but he put it up on a torrent, so the genie's out of the bottle.
Sew me back together.
Medic here, I'll patch you up.
Yeah, a million people asked if I plan on doing a game dungeon for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think I'll have to at some point, just because so many people are requesting it. It's not. I'm not in a hurry to, though. Also, that might be a good candidate for that sort of side
Time to close the deal.
thing I was planning. Because I think Game Dungeon's going to split into two if things go well. Where basically Game Dungeon, the way it's done right now, it's in the future, it's likely only to be sort of those odd, interesting games, or something that does something very bizarre. Because The Chosen wasn't that strange a game, but man, I've never seen anything like that kind of difficulty curve, or hundreds of hits to take down a mid-boss or something. And then more mainstream games like it's very possible Deus Ex, the trilogy, could be the last sort of mainstream games I'll cover on Game Dungeon. And everything else will go to that secondary thing, which will be a lot like Game Dungeon, except that I won't be recording most of the gameplay or doing the initial video edit. The initial video edit. I'll still be writing it, voicing it, putting my cues for the editor, like listing how I would edit it. And okay, so we secured the base. I guess we want to go to Matsuda Genetics, which there's not a good road towards. So I'm gonna pack up my Sunderer and head north. One or two you want to stay behind to defend. Whoa, we got a guy. Might not hurt, but yeah, try and take a Sunderer north Matsuda Genetics, because if you just go there on foot and you get killed, it's not going to be easy to get
I
back.
need to catch a ride. I need a ride.
Oh, somebody's asking, am I talking about a more Let's Play oriented style for the show? No, absolutely not. It's going to be, basically, I'm talking about less work, very similar to Game Dungeon, but less work for me personally, so I can get more out. So the way it would work is, like the way it works with Game Dungeon now, I play a game or cover a game I've played in the past. Then I'll sort of write up my script for it. Then I voice that, edit down the voicing. Then I put that in on a timeline on a video editor. Ah, shoot, we got a flyer. And let's see. And then I edit that together, and then make the revisions as I need to, and do all the audio editing, and patch it together. What this would be, it would start off the same, but and I would only cover games I've played. So I wouldn't say anything I don't know what I'm talking about, or at least not any more than usual. And oops, and what? Okay, I'm headed north, guys. Yeah, so this is the thing about live chat. You can see how spectacularly bad I am at multitasking, because I'm in the train of the thought, oh, I need to move. Cancel all thoughts in previous thing you were talking about. That's how my brain operates. But So somebody else might be recording the footage. Like with Deus Ex, that was all me playing the footage, or pretty much every game dungeon. And the next what? So if I take a popular game, like somebody's saying Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, like I'll write up, you know, I'll replay a little bit of it just to make sure I'm not forgetting something obvious. And then, I mean, I've played through the entire game, I've beaten it. And then I would leave some note, I would compose it the same way, and then once it comes time to getting the footage and getting all these specific shots, I have a couple volunteers who've offered to help with that. They could go through and record the main footage, and then for the editors, we'll find a way to dump the footage that somebody else has recorded, and I give them all my notes as to how I would edit it, and they go through and do the like preliminary edit, you know, kind of do the bulk of the work there, and then I go through. Okay, jeez, I set up a waypoint. I'm not even paying attention. They go through and do the edit, you know, try to copy the same style. Let's see. Hold on. And then I look at the timeline. See, they don't have to send me all the data. They can just send me the timeline in Premiere or something. Then I look that over, see if there's any things that I don't like or feel like I need to change. I do the final edit and then push it out. And that would save over half of the time it takes to make Game Dungeon. Easily. And then if I do a full Game Dungeon the way I always do it, I'm going to save that for the more exotic games like I've had on the show. So, okay, yeah, I'm way too close to where I need to be. Okay, this guy's repairing it, that's good. Okay, we gotta back off. I wasn't paying attention, got too close.
Start repairs.
So yeah, any mainstream requests would probably go in that second category because, like Fallout is a game I've gotten a lot of requests for. That takes time to make, but if I can just write up the script, you know, give all the notes and say, okay, I need these shots here. It's still going to take a long time to make, but then it doesn't take so much of my time, and then I can work on another Game Dungeon or the movie or get another sort of side Game Dungeon like this going. So I think that's gonna be the answer to getting more videos out without having it consume all my time. And the quality would be about as good since I'm still overseeing everything. I could get to act more like a director instead of just having to do everything, every aspect of it.
Ammunition here.
So yeah, I'm not going to Let's Play style. That was an experiment with Moon Gaming, didn't go so well, so I listened to the audience, you know. It's not that I necessarily do whatever the audience wants. However, if it's something I'm not sure about and the audience really doesn't like it, then yeah, like the movie, even if the audience didn't like it, which I'd be surprised if they didn't, as long as I liked it, I wouldn't care. I'd push it out anyway, so.
I can heal you.
I don't have this burning desire to make Let's Plays. I'd rather make more stuff like Civil Protection, except that's just so incredibly time consuming that I have to channel that into the movie instead. Oh shoot, I'm out of ammo. Your resupply here. I mean, and again, if anyone's joining late, we're attacking Matsuda Genetics. It's in the northern end of Hassan. Yeah, I have to say this is a nice looking game still. Okay, that's just an anti-aircraft turret. That's not even that important.
Take some ammunition.
Okay, let's see if we can get in and take it out.
Got extra ammunition here.
But yeah, for the next Planetside 2 session,
Medic here.
someone's saying we may not have the resources to do it on our own. The VCO group, I think they said they would be back after a couple months, so maybe they'll be up for it next time. But if you have ideas on wanting to do that mobile base thing, go ahead and email me, rosswsky@gmail.com, and we'll see about possibility of making it happen.
Don't crowd. I got plenty for everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna guard this point here, which is, geez, C. Somebody wants to go make a run for B, or that might not be a bad idea. Figure a couple people should hang back here. But yeah, if we can get B, this will go faster. So what are our numbers looking like? Oh, we're outnumbering them pretty well. So yeah, let's keep it up. Somebody try to take over B if you can. We cut the time in this on half. Yep, somebody's going for it. Excellent. Let's see. What's the... Oh, this would be awesome if we can cut off the... Maybe we can just cut them off completely and go for the shipping here. I mean, how cool would that be if... Oh, okay, I guess it's not as large as I thought. I thought we'd be able to cut off just like a massive portion of the Terranopolic, but they're sort of getting beat up by the Vanu also. There's not really going to be any cutting off of the Vanu. They're just sort of a blob here.
Visual on hostile engineer.
Yeah, I've been trying out the new Metroid 2 remake. It's really good. Because I haven't played the original, which was for Game Boy, but this, you know, it feels like it has the quality level of a modern Nintendo game. Which of course is why Nintendo took it down. But yeah, if you wanna download a copy of it, look up A2MR, you know, or no, AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, like 1.1 I think is what it's up to, and then torrent after that, and you can probably find a copy of it. Okay, yeah, we're just sort of killing time now. So if we take this, I wonder if they're gonna come to us or what. Yeah, you know, it's kind of hilarious. Apparently, half the people here for the enemy are Vanu. So what the hell are they doing over here? I guess they're just sort of joining. I guess they're just sort of want to join in the crowd on their character. They're just sort of hiding in a as an infiltrator or something. Because look at that. They're you can see the percentage there. Okay, the Vanu left. Oh, somebody's saying it's sad that how long the guy took to develop Metroid 2, then never see the light of day again. No, man, cat's out of the bag. Nintendo has officially taken it down, but there's no way that game is not gonna get torrented and backed up from just here for the next 10 years easily. I mean, it's a really solid game. I mean, Nintendo's doing it. Nintendo's doing it probably mostly because of legal reasons, but also because that's what they like to do. Is they don't really like to embrace fan stuff. But I mean, he's really doing their job for them. I mean, do you think if Nintendo didn't release a game like that for sale, it wouldn't get like a bunch of copies sold? I mean, by their fan base. Obviously, you couldn't develop a game like that with a large budget. But, you know, a 2D Metroid game doesn't need an enormous budget. So, oh, B got taken over. Let's see. So we try to move to B or just hold our ground here. Oh, somebody got shot. We should definitely hold it.
Visual on a hostile engineer.
Ah, we killed each other. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. I forgot to update the Planetside 2 recruitment video. I mean, I put it in the video chat, but yeah, that was just an oversight on my part. I really do need a better system for announcements. I still haven't gotten around to. That's one use I should probably set up a Twitter account for. Not to get involved with everything people do on Twitter, but just to have simple announcements like new video up, you know, video chat tomorrow, or you know, Planetside 2 session, and that's all I would use it for. Maybe I can get that set up this month. Yeah, I saw one comment that some guy was trying to get to me with on the last video chat. He was saying something like, "Oh yeah, I'm unsubscribing because you have too many projects going on, bye," or something like that. I do have a little too much going on. However, I'd say at least half my projects, once I'm done with them, I'm done, and it actually frees up more time later. So me working a lot on something or being overwhelmed now, it's the long term I'm looking at. So even if I'm overwhelmed, I might not be. It's to get more done later, you know. Not that it's exactly the same thing, but you know, like farmers, you know, they can work just around the clock during harvest season, or you know, just to get everything in and processed. But then after that, they kind of have a lot more free time. I've actually heard it was that way in the Middle Ages also. I mean, where you know it wasn't like a, you know, work solid all day every day sort of thing. It would kind of scale with what's going on. And I forget the source, but I think I read somewhere before that like people in the Middle Ages actually have more free time than we do now. Oh wow, that was smart of me. See what population seems to be increasing here. The resistance. Hey, we still outnumber them 3-1. Let's just keep pressing on it. Whoa! Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. Chat's really quiet. Any other things you guys want to? Anything you guys want to talk about here, or? Because I can see the chat this time. I'm playing windowed, yeah. Which I kind of hate, but you know. It's...
to close the deal.
Enemy heavy spotted.
Nah. So I'm saying you didn't get an answer on a question. Oh, he's asking about the time zone. You know, I said, what, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, this way you kind of plug in the math. I figure makes it easier for the American audience to figure it out then. Yeah, the last Deus Ex video I think might have been the most controversial one I did. You know, it's always tricky when making these because, I mean, some things I absolutely stand behind. Other things, if I had added one sentence or, you know, just a couple extra words, it probably would have changed the perception of what everybody says. So, I noticed some of the most spirited dissent and disagreement of the last Deus Ex video were from people who hadn't played the original Deus Ex. So, you know, I was judging this game as a prequel, you know, not by itself. My perception would have been a lot different if it was just a standalone intellectual property, and that's sort of the point I was hoping to make, you know. I think that it being tied to Deus Ex isn't actually doing them any favors. Because, you know, I was really drawing on about the reality and the fashion design, whereas, hey, if that's a different intellectual property, that could be its strength, you know? I mean, have a real game that's really out there and interesting that way. Okay. Oh yeah, somebody's asked. Yeah, it was controversial because some people, like, actually I think the real controversy is the tinting. Some people really like that, some people don't. I mean, even this game is a little tinted. It fluctuates. I'm just not fan. And I think a lot of people don't understand that there's a huge difference to me between tinted and colored lighting. You know, I'm not against colored lighting and setting your mood that way. That can look great. But tinting is just putting a flat color all over everything, which I kind of hate, so. Okay, what's my take on Star Wars lately? He's saying he's kind of disinterested. I don't know. I mean, I was never like super interested in it, but I mean, I don't know if that's like an age thing or Star Wars been around too long or what. I mean, it's not that I don't like sci-fi. Sci-fi, just... No, I don't know. I was never like... I mean, I certainly don't dislike Star Wars, but it just... I mean, I like sci-fi stuff that just kind of wows me in some way. Either the concepts or the world they're showing off. Even though I absolutely hate a lot of the music in it because I'm not an R&B fan, I felt like Guardians of the Galaxy had more kind of visual wow factor than the new Star Wars because, you know, they're showing like a hollowed out head or a station, that giant sci-fi battle at the end with like the shield grid. So, see, I feel like if you're gonna go to sort of sci-fi, science fantasy, really, then just go all out there. Show us all this spectacular stuff, you know, because you don't have to worry about the rules. That's a show. So yeah, you either have something smart where like your stuff really makes sense within your universe, or just go all out there. Just show us every cool thing you can. That's sort of my attitude, and Star Wars still feels like a little limited to me. And the story, like on the new one, was just sort of okay, you know, nothing that great. Oh yeah, somebody said I told him to check out the Plinkett reviews for the prequels. Yeah, that's by Red Letter Media. Look up Look up the Star Wars prequels reviews. The Red Letter Media. That is just amazing. That I feel like those are better than anything any review I'm gonna make. Oh, I'm almost dead. Better let my shirts charge up here. Okay, am I tripping? Okay, somebody. I thought he flashed blue. The red person there flashed blue as I was shooting them. I'll check this back on the video later. I might have just been my imagination, or like maybe it was like my muzzle flash or something. But yeah, somebody's asking about my hell jobs. I can't remember if I've mentioned that in the chats or not, but I think I mentioned it before. I did work for the entomology department for a university where the job itself wasn't so bad, but just the way everything was set up, it was basically impossible to do the job without getting covered in ticks every day. No matter how you dressed, nothing. It didn't matter. My job was a kitchen steward at Boy Scout camp, where it was my first job, and they screwed up the scheduling, so I was literally working 15 hours a day. It was for crap like non-profit. Yeah, I think there's all sorts of things you can get away with because it was seasonal. I think it was seasonal work for a non-profit organization, so it was. Okay, I guess we'll go for B or C here. Oh, so we took it. So I guess, yeah, we cut him off. All right. Great. See, and here's the dilemma of a small team in Planetside 2, because we have taken the base, but they're gonna keep. But it's important to them, so they're gonna keep retaking it. You know. So what do we do? Do we stay here and just hold it off, or do we move to like some other targets? And of course, they'll retake what we've taken. So.
What do you hear?
Somebody's asking about heaven jobs that I love. Well, I mean, this is probably one of the best, and I mean, we'll have to dump a lot of hours into it, but I mean, being able to make original videos, especially like the more creative stuff that's not reviews like Game Dungeon, but more like Civil Protection or like the Stranger in Need video. That's what I'd really prefer to be doing. I think but that's also the most time consuming. But the jobs that I had were like pretty good, not bad. Were like PC repair jobs. Those tend to be a little more laid back. Yeah, where like customer brings in their system, we find out what's wrong with it and fix it, that sort of thing. Oh wow, they're taking the. Oh wow, we took our team took the Czech tech plant. We are kicking ass. All right, I guess let's start heading on over to construction site Omega, because I think the other team, I think the rest of the player base has our back. Okay, so yeah, I'm heading redeploying towards construction site Omega, and then I'll get a new Sunder. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'll get a new Sunderer, and then what? Well, yeah, we'll see if we can cut off the south side. I guess we're picking on the Terran Republic today. Okay. Oh, I have to go around that stupid. Yeah, I have to follow the node lines. I can't just go in a direction. Oh yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I won't name them because I don't want to be mean about it, but it looks like I lost a fan with the recent videos, and one of them was because of the Planetside video. He was he really took offense that I was that I like the Terran Republic's motto of peace by any means necessary, and what? Yeah, and, you know, I guess he didn't get that's a joke because you know if you're having to violently enforce your policy of peace by any means necessary, that's not exactly peace. So. Okay, construction site Omega. Oh yeah, someone's asking about. This would probably be a better question for the video chat, but someone's asking if my parents will have another cameo, like they did in BitBop. Probably not. My parents don't really play games. Well, I mean, my mother plays Scrabble, and I also she also played Puzzle Agent because I suggested that to her. She enjoyed it, but that's about it. My dad. I think my dad's more interested. Okay, I'm gonna be heading north.
We've locked down hostages.
All right. How about that? How about that? I mean, it wasn't all us. It was us joining in on what was already a stacked game. But that's. You know, I'm gonna have to. When I put this up on YouTube, I think I'll have to make this the thumbnail. Let's see if I can zoom it in a bit. You know, sometimes I pick the YouTube thumbnails. Sometimes it just picks one, and I decide it's good enough. Yeah. This is definitely our thumbnail. Okay, that's what I like to see. And see, I'm not even completely certain how that worked. I guess that had to do with the victory points and the mobile bases generating them, or we just had enough territory? Because it's not like we made it to the warp gate. I mean, we were getting close, but... Hey, let's head to Holliston Eastern Warp Gate, see if there's any stragglers. Because I think when this happens, you don't have to quit. Yeah, see, look, somebody just shot at me. Oh, that might have been a friendly. Okay, yeah, someone's saying 20 victory points, continent lock. I just want to see if there's any stragglers at the gate. Yeah, this is like if this was a real war, you know, we would be taking photos here at the headquarters, you know, get down on one knee and pose for that. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Some people have probably left because that message doesn't get out of your face. If I don't see anybody, then I'll head. Well, I'll head to another continent soon anyway. Hey, maybe there's some AFK people I can mow down. Oh man, we're gonna have to go to Ezimir. It's not like... Yeah, no, I am in the enemy spawn room. That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, and there's max population. Well, I guess we're doing Ezimir then. It's better for us population-wise. I mean, I'm totally happy to do Ezimir. It's just that it's still hot. Like, my apartment, again, is just kind of cursed. Like, right now, it definitely feels like it's fall outside. But my apartment hasn't gotten the memo. And I want to say for, like, the past few months, it hasn't gotten below the 80s in my apartment, even if, like, the window open or anything. I have a fan on me right now. So, what? This one's been conquered too? What? Oh, look at this. I left the continent. I hit you to. Okay, it has this message in my face saying this continent has been conquered. I went to Ezimir. Ezimir is obviously not conquered. But I already redeployed, but they don't care. I have to, like, wait and redeploy. It doesn't matter if I've hit the button. I mean, yeah, this is a nitpicky thing for the game, but you think a game that's been around, like, so many years and is actively getting updated would be on top of stuff like this. Okay, well, where do we want to go? Well, it seemed like Terran Republic had a disadvantage as far as population, so let's try to do something similar. I want to hit the south, so I guess I'll go to Frostfall Overlook in the south here. I'm gonna redeploy there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna deploy a Sunderer. Just heading over there. Yeah, I mean, I always try to deploy Sunderers unless I'm screwing around or something. Oh yeah, speaking of other games, I'm probably gonna wait on it because I played it a bunch several months back, so it's still a little fresh in my memory. But it's like Path of. I watched the trailer to the newest Path of Exile video, and it's like they're trying to check a bunch of boxes. To like, hey Ross, why don't you come play? Because okay, first they're having like this massive map-related update where you can explore more territory in different zones. In fact, I think it's called like Atlas something. And I'm thinking, oh, well, that sounds pretty cool. And then in the trailer, it's voiced over by the voice of Kane, Simon Templeton, I always get it mixed up. So, I mean, I love his voice acting. And then and then like the main boss shows him like walking in between like these battle scenes frozen in time. And he has like this kind of Cthulhu cultist look to him. And it's just like, they're just trying to check all these boxes to make it look cool. Okay, Frostfall Overlook. Wait, no. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm going. So, man, they're just trying to get me to come back. But I'm going to let the updates pile up a little bit. I'd rather play more different games. Okay, we're just going to defend Frostfall Overlook for a while, I think. It's under attack right now. It's a but we can take it. Our population looks good, so let's go retake it. Take the base. But yeah, somebody's asking about parents earlier. They're not really much as far as gamers. My dad's sort of interested in like gaming concepts, but you know, it doesn't do much actual gaming himself. So if there's some like novel idea that he would find really interesting, he might be curious about it. Although the ironic thing is my dad still has a pretty avid interest in computer hardware. Actually, that was here's a great question for the audience. Like, what's a good game? Yeah, like right now his system's more powerful than mine. What's a good game to like show off your graphics card, but that you can just jump right into? You don't have to spend 20 minutes with a tutorial or go through all these steps. Just like a good eye candy. We want to show off our games, and I was having trouble thinking of one that you can like. You need no introduction. You just jump right in, move around, and do something. Preferably one that's not like super violent, because ironically my mother just hates violent stuff. It's always been sort of a point of contention for me. Like it's not like I try to bring this stuff up, but just the fact that I might be playing a game that's violent is like, even to this day, like a a big problem for my mother, so I just try to get her to not worry about it. So yeah, a game that's not super violent and that you don't have to go through an introduction or the story stuff. You just jump right in and start playing. But it is like a graphical muscle game. I mean, it doesn't have to be long. It could just be some movie
Stop shooting. Engineer here, let me fix
Okay, so we retook the station. I guess I'm gonna get in the Sunderer and start heading south. So that gets behind me. All right. Oh wow, what was that? See, this is okay. I think this is what I like to see because let me double check here. Yeah, yes, that Vanu killed him. That means he's just out there by himself or by his squad or something. There's no reason for the Vanu to be here, so this guy's not going to be a threat for long. Yeah, there he is on the map. Somebody spotted him. The only people we should be worrying about right now is the Terran Republic. Oh, okay. Somebody's saying the vanishing of Ethan Carter. Yeah, that might be a good one. That's one I still need to try out. It certainly doesn't lack for visuals. Actually, on that matter, I haven't played it, but I'm curious about it. What? I don't know that much about it, but Everyone's Gone to Rapture might be another good one I could recommend to him. Because my dad was asking for a game like that. Trying to think of something. Yeah, this doesn't even need to be a game he's gonna beat. It just says, I think he needs something to justify, like his video card and CPU. Yeah, my dad right now has like an i7 and like one of the newer ones in a 1080. Yeah, I think he got a 1080, didn't he? Not even a 1070. GeForce. That's way above what I have. But that looks awesome. Okay. Let people hop in. Okay, we're headed south. Yeah, that's another game where I normally wouldn't be that interested in it because I tend to like more kind of out there games where like either something supernatural or monsters or something like that, but or sci-fi universe. But I have to admit, I am definitely curious about the new Mafia game, Mafia 3, because it takes place in Louisiana in the 60s. But, yeah, fire. Yeah, I can't take that out. There we go, okay. But yeah, I saw some footage of that. Man, it looks like they're really going out of their way to create an atmosphere for that place. Not that it was alive in Louisiana in the 60s, but you know. I also could tell from some of the footage they actually got the accents correct, which I was impressed by. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll be surprised if they get all of them correct, but it means that they're really trying to give it some attention as far as making it seem like Louisiana. Because, I mean, how many games take place in Louisiana? Okay, there's Left 4 Dead 2, which part of it does. Gabriel Knight, the first one. I guess technically Shadow Man does, but it's not, like, I guess it's only like the intro clip, and then you get all this sort of Bryce Canyon type hills, which is not like Louisiana at all, and what? Oh, shooting at us.
I'll get you fixed up.
And what? Oh yeah, and then the vast majority of that world is in like a different spirit world or whatever for Shadow Man. So, well, I guess technically Arcade America did, but. Yeah, the setting, you know, I really should bring the, okay, I'm gonna bring the thunder the other way around. This is, I sometimes care more about the setting of the game than exactly what, uh-oh. It means the Terran Republic's probably gonna be moving here. This saying exactly what the gameplay is, because I know a lot of people say it's not very good, but I'm definitely interested in playing Watch Dogs at some point because it takes place in Chicago, and I like how they sort of model out the world. But the sequel takes place in San Francisco, which I'm not that interested in. So, like, I'm still pretty interested in playing the first one, not so much in playing the second one, and it's entirely because of the location. So. Okay, someone's advising we don't take the biolab. Well, we'll just see what the populations are looking like. I think we can maybe take this station though. Wait, did I forget to deploy? Oh, I can't deploy yet. I'm too close. Okay, I guess I'll just back up a little bit.
They're outmatched. Finish them off.
Just go over here. Someone's asking why I'm not interested in San Francisco. I think it just has to do with my preference to different climates. Like, if it's just, I don't know, I sort of like forest, fog, cold weather. And while, you know, the Chicago's obviously very urban, you know, I think they have like the surrounding area too in that game. So there's like countryside roads and like patches of forest and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, someone's saying they can't buy Ubisoft games anymore before they downgrade them before release, and how often they lie. Yeah, they absolutely do that. I'm glad I got a chance to mention that. When I say play, I mean I'm probably gonna be waiting till this game's like $5. So let's see, what are we looking like? Well, population says 1 to 12. Oh wow, we still have a lot of people on where we are though. It might be smarter to defend. I don't know. Well, here let's try and grab stuff and see how things go. Be prepared to retreat from the biolab though. Oh, there's the lift. Okay. Yeah, Ubisoft. You know what I feel like Ubisoft is like really good at creating like game worlds, but then having been kind of mediocre at everything else.
I'll get you fixed up. Reload.
I mean, seeing some action for sure. No, I'm out of rockets. Engineers. Wait, no, that looked like an. No, that's.
Enemy sun ready.
I need more rockets. Yay, resupply.
Take some ammunition.
I have to say, regardless of what's happening, for reasons I can't explain, I love blowing up the vehicles. Like a kill or two, yeah, that's fine and all, but I don't know, blowing up the vehicles is. I could do that all day. playing it a little out in the open there. Chance to revive. Okay, we're seeing a lot of resistance at the biolab. I think the guy was right. So... Oh wow, somebody has a Sunderer right here for the Terran BL4 crash site. That seems like... I'd love to be able to bring my own Sunderer, but there's one right there. Might as well strike while opportunities... While we have the opportunity. So yeah, I'd say retreat. Yeah, retreat from the biolab. Here, I'll type in the chat which place this is. Okay, there we go. I told everybody what's going on. Yep. So is a Terran BL4 crash site. So are there any... Are there any Planetside lore experts that know what a Terran BL4 is? Like, I'm assuming a ship, but for what? You know? Why would this be significant? You know? Okay, we just gotta defend this sucker now.
Enemy heavy spotted. Got an ID on an enemy galaxy?
But yeah, tell me a game like Plants. I mentioned this in another play session, but tell me a game like Planetside 2. Wouldn't it be amazing if it also had a single player mode with like an AI war going on that, like by itself, would always just sort of work out to sort of neutral, but if you enter it, you can kind of help take territory and like maybe give some orders, and so you could conquer the continent. It would be just so much fun. Okay, what's her population looking like? Oh, I think we have a much better chance of taking this. Ah, man. The thing is, we kind of have to go through that biolab if we're going to do more. It's either that or go dead center against the Vanu here. Or, you know, risk... Jeez, yeah, I don't know. We might be coming to the end of what we can really do as far as pushing forward. Oops. I'm walking into the enemy spawn. That might explain why there's so many people coming from here. Hey, somebody's saying first-person RTS is underexplored genre. Yeah, I mean, there's... Well, I think Savage did it. I haven't played it, but I heard there's like some elements of that in Brutal Legend. I guess that was third person. I heard Brutal Legend mixed a lot of different genres. And it's sort of, I mean, basically, this is something that'll probably come up later in the videos, but I kind of want to see more imitators or clones of something like Red Faction Guerrilla, where you're just going and conquering base at a time, and then you get more territory because it's such a fun formula. Like I remember I played in GTA San Andreas. The part that really stood out to me that I loved the most was the gang warfare, where you can just kind of show up and try to conquer different parts of the hood for your gang to try to take it over. I found it really fun.
You've got this. Don't let up.
So I was saying Saints Row 2 did that amazingly. I tried that, but man, that has to be... It has to be up there for one of the worst ports on PC. Like, the performance when I tried it was just abysmal. And this was, like, years after the fact. I think it had, like, frame rate locking, and it was a bad port. I mean, there's the Just Cause games, but for, you know, taking over bases, but I always found them, like, a little too goofy. Red Faction Guerrilla was, like, just the right level. You know, it's not that serious, but at the same time, it's not, it's not trying to be a cartoon, I guess. All right, we got it. So, now what? Well, I guess, I mean, we could go in and get the mine, but then we're back to the biolab again. I was hoping that I'd be able to cut them off again, but the nodes just aren't connecting. It wasn't.
Whoa, stop shooting!
Oh, let's see. Man, there's a lot of people there. Well, that might be a good fight. I don't know. Let's see.
Whoa, stop shooting!
Time to close the deal.
Okay, so where do you think we should go then? Okay, there's people waiting for us just about everywhere, it looks like. But see, the thing is, even if we take the mine, then we're back at the biolab, and we're not going to be able to take that. So, I mean, we could try that Watterson's Redemption, but it's sort of a fair, even fight right now. Oh wait, no, there's... But see, then we're going to run into the Vanu coming in, and I'm not really feeling like a war on two fronts right now. I'm almost want to say even though it has more people, we should try to go for the Manny Tower here up in the north, because let's see, then we can maybe sort of push along this area here. Is there a way to check the population of the server while you're in game, or is that only at the world deploy map, the continent deploy? Okay, well, we should do something. All right. Okay, people are going from Ymir Mine Watch, so I guess we'll just head there. It's to the south. I'm just gonna redeploy.
Eyes of an enemy air transport.
And then we'll see what the map looks like once we get there.
Spotted hostile air transport. Enemy air transport.
Yeah, I'm freaking sweating because of the heat, even though it's probably 60 degrees outside, not in my apartment. Still, I can't. And there's Hamburger Freedom Man again. You know, that's something I'd like to be able to do. Is get a compilation of like the best screen names I've seen. Oh, juicy, juicy. Just right
I'll
there.
get you fixed up.
Nice. This is a good quote in the chat. Game has the map colored red. Your job is to make it blue. That's almost an instant buy for me. Yeah, I'm really curious now with that guy I shot earlier that killed me. I held back because I thought I saw their... I had that cognitive dissonance again where I thought I saw that their uniform was red, but then I could have sworn I saw a blue flash like from their shield or something. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to shoot a teammate. And... Oh, shoot, somebody's reviving me. Oh well. Come on. Oh wow, am I absolutely trapped? Let's see. Did I trap myself? I think I trapped myself. Hey, check this out. Yeah. I don't know if I was light assault I could get out of here, but heavy assault, I don't know. Come on. Yeah, no, I gotta redeploy. Wow. Uh-oh, we have a guy on us. Vehicle. A vehicle? Oh, it's just an ant, but still, I'm gonna shoot it. Okay, we gotta get the guns. Okay, they figured out a location. Nice.
You can still cut this out.
Stay alert.
No. Wait, I don't even know. Yeah, okay, that's a good spot. Not fast enough. All right, my favorite kind of suicide, the one where I take out something bigger than me. Got a real fight going on now. But mine ended up being a winner after all. Oh, there's somebody. Where'd he go? Is he an infiltrator? There he is. It's one of those situations where I don't know if I would be alive or not if if I didn't have like the connection quality poor when you get in those one-on-one standoffs. Okay, so the spawn's right there. I guess we should back up. Yeah, I'll just pretend like I'm part of this guy's team. Yeah, hello. I'm totally on your team. Ah, it turned around. I was hoping. Too bad. I was hoping I'd just go like bam, 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 bam. Okay, what country's flag is that? Somebody is that Italy? Can't tell.
We can
Maybe
still
Germany.
win
No,
this.
no, Italy's red, green. Maybe Germany. Yeah, Italy's red, green, and white. There we go. That's what I wanted to do, except maybe not blow myself up, but the rest of it.
Start fighting for real at any time now.
Enemy transport.
Ah, almost.
Patch you up.
Almost had him. I was hoping, he'd drive off and then I get to hammer him while he's repairing his vehicle. Yeah, I don't like how the rock, compared to plenty of other first-person shooters, the rocket launcher does comparatively low splash damage. I guess that's for balance reasons, but I can live with a slow reload and yeah, I think they're pushing us back from the mine. Yeah, we're outnumbered 2-1. Okay. Oh, we got cut off too. They're doing what we did earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of. Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna redeploy at the North Manny Tower. We're gonna try and push west until we can't. If we get pushed back, then I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. This is our last attempt here to try to punch forward. So go to the north, and we're gonna try and push west. And is it another attack, or is it just some random people flying around? Man. What? Well, I'm happy that didn't kill me. It just gave me a boost instead. Okay. I need a Sunderer though. I shouldn't be going out on foot. I can't tell what any of these icons are. Okay. Well, oh yeah, there it is. I saw a tank. Okay. As much as I'd like to get a tank, I think it'd be more helpful for the team if I get a Sunderer.
Great, thanks.
Enemy site spotted.
that guy running right past me to go into the other sunroom? Okay, fine by me. This guy want to ride? Okay, I think it's enough. Yeah, this works out because we have a nice little ridge line here. I think I can break these things, can I? I can't remember. Let's find out. I think I somehow managed to walk right into the spawn room, which wasn't really the direction I wanted to go, but. Guess is it's not. I like these tricked out sunroofs. There's like cage in the back. Yeah, that's another reason to like the submachine gun is that you may have to buy it with the game currency. But, you know, when you have those things where you come... I'm actually getting in the habit of aiming less because that's a small delay between when you look down the iron sights, whereas the submachine gun's typically good enough at close range to just start firing. And that fraction of a second difference can sometimes make the difference when you get in this one-on-one situation. Wow. Maybe not here though. This might be a good place to snipe, actually. Oh, why not? Snipe the road. Okay. Sure, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Oh, no, I got the spy one. Yeah, for that person in the chat asking about, they're saying the gamepad is just as good or better for them. That's the keyboard. How do you do shots like that? I mean, I'm sure some people are like good, but man, yeah, you do ones like that, obviously, but ones like way off. I just think the gamepad wouldn't cut it for sensitivity. Yeah, I tend to get pretty quiet when I'm sniping because I get real focused. I've actually heard that that if I really get into it, you can actually see my mouth open and just sort of jaw drop, a little like that if I'm really focused at sniping in some other games. No, I'm not super focused on this one. You know, thanks to the internet, I can't even tell if this person in the chat is joking or not. But like, damn Ross, you sure you aren't using an aimbot? Of course not. I mean, but the thing is, to someone who's like only aimed with like a gamepad, it might seem that way. So, because I think like even when I did Freeman's Mind, which I intentionally wasn't trying to be as good as I can be, you know, to kind of make it more watchable and a little more believable for Freeman. That, you know, in the early days, some people like couldn't believe like how good the aiming was. It's like, well, you know, it's the mouse basically, not really anything special I'm doing. I mean, I consider myself pretty good at something like Unreal Tournament 2004 Onslaught, but it's not necessarily my aim. I mean, I prefer stuff like Flat Cannon, where you can kind of predict where the enemy's gonna be. I mean, when I played Quake 3 on a 56K modem. Careful aiming is not an option when you have like 400 millisecond lag. So I got very good at like with the rocket launcher at like trying to predict where people were going to be with my shots. So I'm not even aiming at the person. I'm aiming where I think they're going to be in 2 seconds. Blow it up anyway. Oh, was that a ruse? Oh no, I was killed by my own guy. Okay. Thumbs up. This is actually a pretty good spot here, I mean, as far as the game goes. Can I play Planetside without so much lag? Unplayable lag where it just stops around 5 frames a second. Well, I mean, that shouldn't affect your frame rate, but, you know, it could seem like it's not moving if it's actually lag. I guess if you're in USA, I don't know, get lucky and live in a place where, you know, your internet provider doesn't have a monopoly on things, so they can do whatever, like regional monopoly, so they can do whatever they want. You know, there's a great video. It's gone super viral. It's funny because these guys only had like sort of small comedy skits prior to this, I think since even, but they hit a nerve. It's like the first honest cable company, and it's great. It's a pretty accurate portrayal of how internet works in the US. Whoa, what am I doing? Ah. Oh, okay, this guy says he's in the Netherlands, so I have no answer then.
Enemy maps.
Let's see.
Enemy air transport spotted.
Okay, looks like there's thunder here. I'm gonna try and sneak around to it. They are swarming in that spot I am at. On the map. Uh-oh, tank. Little tank. Ah. I was asking if I know any Dutch words at all. Nope. There's me being dead. Yeah, that's right. You go get him, buddy. Deputy Marcos Slow. That's what I wanted. You know, am I crazy? But if you have one guy trying to blow up a Sunder and you have one guy repairing it, I mean, one guy with a rocket launcher, is the guy repairing it always gonna win? Pretty much in terms of like if they both stay at it. Definitely a good fight. Yeah, see, that's the example of what I mean. I didn't have to hesitate by going to iron sights. I could just start firing. Man, this is awesome. It's like, yeah, total space war here. Man, I'm in over my head. Let's surprise this guy. Well, he got surprised, I'm sure. So what are things looking like on this battlefront? Oh, wow. We're doing pretty well considering we're outnumbered 3-1. Oh, wait, no, 2-1. It just, the pie chart looks weird. Okay. So we're not going to be taking this, but this is looking fun anyway. I'll do this for a while. I'll do this for a while. This is the fun sort of push that you get sometimes. Okay, fine. Let's try sniping.
Medic here, I'll patch you up. I'll get you fixed up.
Forgot I could go invisible these days. Oh yeah. Nice target. Ah, too long. Standing there too long. Wow.
Medic here, I'll patch you up.
I was wondering what the most requested game is. Well, lately it's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, but Fallout has been really high. The Neverhood has been really high. Let's see some others. Yeah. The time I see him, I get shot. Wow, we sniped each other.
Don't crowd. I got plenty of ammo.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Sunderer heading towards us. That's what I'm gonna shoot at. Nice. Shoot them as they run away. I'm way out in the open. That's pretty dumb. Yeah, I guess I get less chatty as I get more engaged, as you can probably tell. That's kind of the reason I don't do more Twitch streaming in general, is because, like, when I get in the game, I try to, like, really get into it, which kind of shuts off the more verbal part of your brain. Or at least that's what I've heard anyway. I've heard there's some debate about, like, which of your hemispheres do what. I didn't even hit the overshield. Although I still do like the idea of maybe more regularly just try to play some graphic adventure games, but then get help from the audience for what to do when it gets stuck. Although that might be extremely boring to watch, though. So. Actually, I was thinking maybe for my birthday I should try to do that thing I talked about where I see if I can beat the last level of Serious Sam 2nd Edition on 1 life, or beat Supreme Commander on hard with just 1 life. See if I can do that and make a Twitch event out of it. Because I don't think I've done either one, but I think I could do either one.
Just saw an enemy medic.
Population looking like. Oh wow, so we have more people showing up to the fight, or else more of them are leaving.
I've got ammo for you here.
No, no. That's not what I wanted to see on spawning. Where'd that guy go? Okay, this is yeah, we're gonna have to go all the way around here. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to see. Well, I don't know. This is, well, I like the guy's cowcatcher fronts there on this tank. I don't know. It's been 2 hours. It's starting to feel kind of stalemate-ish right now. Felt like, you know, we could play another hour and it hasn't changed much. And you know, in some games that can work if it's sort of spectacular enough because of all the wild things happening, but I don't know, this mostly seeming like variations of the same thing. Go over the hill, shoot, get a couple people, die, repeat.
Watch your aim, friendly fire.
I may wind it down soon. I'll try to brainstorm either something better for next time or else check out what Realm of the Mad God, see how viable that is. But again, I won't change it midway, so there'll definitely be another Planetside 2 session. The question is whether there'll be one after that. So. Okay, well, okay, I at least have to go max. Let's. This is a good max situation, depending on how many vehicles we have. Okay, let's somebody revive me. I'm out of Sway has a question that would be better for the video chat, and even then I don't know if I have a good answer. He was asking about a guilty pleasure game. Like a game that has a lot of serious flaws, but I like it anyway. It's like, well, I mean, I cover that in Game Dungeon if I like it anyway, because I could probably think of something if I thought about it long enough, but I mean, usually if I like a game, it's usually the opposite. Like, there's some games by all metrics and popularity I should like, but I don't. So, whereas I can like kind of weird, odd games also. Yeah, I don't know. They might be pushing us out. Ross, would you be interested in a World War II style trench warfare game with a large amount of simultaneous players? Not really. Plus, depending how large you're talking about, I think that already exists. We're done? World War I, not World War II. So I was asking if I have a game I'm ashamed to play. Like My Little Pony, for instance. Not really. I mean, I've played some sort of edgy some sort of like colorful edutainment games from the 90s. I actually had this quest to try to find this game where I played it in a computer lab, and I don't know what it is. And I'm just trying to find it since. Like a game like that I played was Eagle Eye Mysteries. I think was the name of it, which I thought it was the game I had played as a kid. I'd seen it in a computer lab as a kid, but it's not. So, yeah, the game I saw, my memory's so blurry on it, but I think it was a graphic adventure game, you know, point click. It was colorful. I think it took place in the suburbs, and in the game, I remember you were testing the salinity of like the local stream or the river or something, and that's all I remember. Like, if I saw some images of it, it would probably come back to me, but it's like just like one of the faintest memories, and now I'm curious what I was playing. So, yeah. Come on, no. Okay, good, it's already good. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm starting to get battle fatigue a little bit because it's just the same thing over and over without really a change in a change in what's happening. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna end it, guys. So I'll stick around in Twitch chat for just a minute or two, then go ahead and shut it off. Well, here I'll just keep. Oops. Anything else people want comments on before I sign off? I am gonna have. I'm hoping to have another game dungeon this month. This will be a much shorter one, not some 40-minute massive one that I have left. I really wanted something light after Deus Ex. This next one's both light and weird. So. Okay, I'm not seeing anything of the chat. Now, there could just be a delay from Twitch, but I'll give people a minute and then I'll check this out. I like how we could clearly see that this is just a weapons model. As you see my arms fan out, and as you see my arms fan out, obviously detached from anything right in front of me. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, this isn't going quite as well as I'd hoped because I think this could have gone a lot better before Planetside got more aggressive about the population balancing, because then that could have, then we could have had more of like the stack team experience, and you could have some more temporary victories. But yeah, I think that's it for now. So, oh wow, it looks like there's a political argument going on in the chat in the game. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna eat. So yeah, this isn't the most exciting thing right now, but I'm still working on I'm trying to make this better in the future. So that's sort of the goal here. And in the meantime, more videos and more movies coming, or the movie coming. All right, that's it, guys. See you later.